You're listening to A Splash More with Bailey and Hayley, two moms, 12 years apart, who aren't afraid to spill it.
Around here, we pour the wine, tell the truth, and skip the sugarcoating.
So grab your glass. It's time for A Splash More.
I'm so excited to have you. Like I said, I've had so many people be like, you need to talk to Sara Happ when I'm trying to put together a guest list and what I know about you, which is just based on, what people have told me or what I've Googled myself.
Yeah.
You are Sara Happ, and you started not just a brand, you started basically a category of a beauty brand, or beauty in general, right?
Yeah.
Lip scrub. Like that didn't exist before Sara Happ existed.
Yeah.
And you started with your own investment after working in the finance space. And this is like in 2005, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your own money. And that went to what it is today, which I know is sort of, a little bit of what we're going to get into. You're not affiliated with the brand anymore.
Correct.
So I want to get into I'm going to throw us right into
Let's
it.
Let's go, Hayley.
What is that? Did I get anything wrong, first of all?
No, only that I came from sports. I came from ESPN.
Ah, okay.
Definitely not finance.
No.
Not a finance girl.
We should tell ChatGPT then, because ChatGPT said finance, that you worked in finance in LA.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I worked in sports. I worked at ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut.
Love that.
So it was quite a pivot to go into beauty.
Yeah.
But
huge pivot. Is it something that you always wanted?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. I started, I've always been a little mixer of beauty products.
Yeah.
Always. The first thing I ever spent my own money on was a strawberry lip smacker.
Mm-hmm.
Remember like the smell, the taste.
Yeah.
So that's what I spent my first like $2 on. That was mine. And I've always just loved beauty. I went to school at USC for journalism.
Okay.
So what I wanted to be was a beauty writer.
Got it.
And I didn't get that job. And then I got a job at ESPN, which fit the mold of what I was trained for.
Right.
But I looked around, Hayley, and I realized there were people that were so much more not qualified. I was qualified for my job. I was trained, but
I invested in sports.
I'm invested in sports because I'm from Chicago.
Got it.
So it's in my blood.
It's like
right?
Boston. I'm from Boston. Same.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you are invested in sports because that is what we do.
That is what we do.
It wasn't who I was though. So I would go home at night and I would take bubble baths with like 18 products and candles. And then I would study for my job the next day.
Amazing.
Whereas my colleagues would go home and they'd have like 5 different monitors up and they'd be watching and consuming everything. I was like, you know what? There is a girl out there. I was, 22 when I got the job. There's a girl out there who deserves this job more, who will live and breathe this job, whereas I live it.
I mean, that's such a huge awareness, especially how old were you at the time?
A baby. I was a 22-year-old baby.
Yeah. So like such a huge awareness to be like, it's not that I don't deserve this or I'm not qualified. It's just that my heart's not here and I'm taking this opportunity away from somebody whose heart really will be in it.
Yeah.
And like, why don't I put myself on a path to do something where my heart really is grounded in?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was, I did not set out to create a brand. I truly did. And I did not realize that this was a cliche, but I truly set out to create one product that I wanted because it didn't exist. Google returned 0 results in 2004.
That's crazy. For lip scrub, just to be clear, like a lip scrub. Yeah.
It was just beauty editors writing, exfoliate your lips with a wet washcloth or a toothbrush. And I was like,
so harsh.
Surely there's a better way. Like, surely there's something. There was nothing.
Nothing.
So I went to my kitchen, made it myself, and then, sunk my $2,500. That's my life savings at that point, into the product, making it in my kitchen, and then bringing it to small indie boutiques in Los Angeles.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So how long did it take from like going to boutiques in LA and sharing your product with them to what the brand was the day you were no longer affiliated with it?
Okay. Well, I want to separate it.
Yeah.
Because there's a delineation between what it was when I was no longer with the company.
Yeah.
And what it was while I was bootstrapping.
Got
so
it.
I bootstrapped for 20 years.
Yeah.
From 2005 onwards. And it happened very quickly. Indies picked us up very quickly. The press was really kind to us because it was white space.
Yeah. Didn't exist.
Didn't exist. So it was like, why didn't I think of that product?
Yeah.
And then I dove really deep into lip products and I became what I call a lip nerd.
Yeah. Or lip expert, as I've also looked up. I'm like, man, my lips better look good today because, and I do nothing for my lips. Please don't, but I just don't. And I really need to because I'm in my 40s and I know it's probably like the most sensitive skin, right?
It is sensitive skin.
Yeah.
And I realized that there were holes in the market. And there were also chemistry was working against you in lips. Yeah. So I saw this niche white space and just hyper focused, went all in, ran lean and mean, but some really incredible people believed in me. Marla Beck, when she ran Blue Mercury, CeCe King, who's still the buyer at Nordstrom, the women at Ulta believed in me. QVC believed in me. So between 2005 and 2023, I bootstrapped. And that was, I think, the most wonderful time. It was organic. We didn't pay for marketing.
No.
I had like on-off publicists who would be there for a launch. But we were really focused on doing one thing, doing it perfectly. I did trademark the lip expert. A very good friend of mine, who I did speak with this morning, Kelly Adderton, she used to work at Allure, and she said, you've put in your 10,000 hours. You put those in really fast. Yeah. You're an expert. Own it.
Exactly.
And as a woman, Hayley, I was like, oh, that sounds so, that feels arrogant. It feels like it's like bravado. And she goes, it's earned.
Yep.
So I trademarked the lip expert. In 2023, I did bring in investors, and, when the vision of the company no longer aligns with what it set out to be, what I set out to do, and the company culture that I set out to create, and the product that I set out to create, when that's no longer aligned, you don't stay.
No.
And I had the privilege.
Some people do, by the way. And I want to say that because some people do. And that's really part of what this episode is about, is like, it shouldn't be courageous to leave something that doesn't align with your truth and your values.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that is the story that we're often told, is that you have so much courage well, it shouldn't be courageous. It should just be a decision or a choice that I make because something doesn't feel right. But I think as women, we're constantly being pushed into things that don't feel right because we feel like we didn't earn our spot necessarily. And so now we have to fight. We have to fight for like being on top. And so leaving something like that, I can imagine, maybe I don't want to put words into your mouth, but it could probably feel a little scary and just like, okay, well, what's next? Which is something we'll get into a little bit down the road. But yeah, it shouldn't be courageous, but it should just be something that we get to do, which is leave something that doesn't feel right for us.
Correct. And the litmus test for me was, I'm a mom. I'm a single mom. I do co-parent beautifully with my child's dad, but I am a single mom. And, we do live in Los Angeles, and it is quite expensive here.
Yes.
Excuse me. I didn't have a backup plan. I had no backup plan. I thought I would retire with this company.
Of course. That's called Sara Happ, by the way. Can I say that? Yeah. I'm like, it's called Sara Happ.
It's also on my driver's license.
Yes.
It's also on my birth certificate.
Right.
That's my name.
Yes.
So surely I never intended to leave. I didn't graduate or move on to bigger things.
No.
I just realized what I do need and what I do command for myself unapologetically.
Yeah.
There's a level of respect. There's a level of transparency that I will forever going forward demand.
Yeah.
And I don't think you have to demand it. I think it should just exist. And then those are your people. So we were talking about the people here in the South Bay, our small community, which is chock full of like really powerful, wonderful women and
really
men
is. Yeah.
who, if they're not your people, you don't stay in the room.
That's absolutely true.
That's it. So the litmus test for me, and we're both moms, is my daughter's a little bit older than your kiddos. I wouldn't want this position for her.
Right.
We don't speak this way to each other. I won't stay for her.
No.
So my answer was, well, I have to keep working at, this is my job. This is my livelihood. I do this for her. If she came to me and said, Mom, should I stay? I'd say, run like hell, sweetheart.
Yeah, no.
Jump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jump and fall. And that's what I did. And so, yeah, it shouldn't have to be brave. Also, I very much acknowledge that there are so many women who stay in situations, excuse me, whether it's a relationship or a job, because there just feels like there's no alternative.
Right. And I think that's basically the entire platform that we're building here, is just this society that we've created, or that was created for us, where women are just pushed down and kept small and kept into these like little boxes that we don't deserve to be in. And we're waiting for someone to give us permission to step outside of it. And I think too often, I think that's changing. I think that narrative is starting to like slowly, as Tanya said, like that ripple effect of just like takes one voice, one person to show you that it's possible, and give you the oomph that you need to kind of get out of whatever it is that you're in or stuck in.
Yeah.
So that's why your story is so powerful and so important, because it is literally the epitome of like having to step away from part of your identity.
Right. I also love this.
Yes.
You have 2 children.
Yep.
I had a really wonderful woman say to me, women by nature reproduce.
Yeah.
We keep
That's right.
iterating.
That's a great line.
Right?
Yeah.
Literally by nature, women keep producing.
Yeah.
So damn if you think I wrote one chapter of a book. Damn if you think I started one company and I won't do it again. Damn if you think we're not going to keep producing.
Right.
Watch me.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So I think that people underestimate gravely, to their own deeply arrogant detriment, women's abilities to say, done with that.
Yes.
Forward, not onward.
No. Forward.
Abby Wambach wrote a book called Forward.
Yep.
And she's here in South Bay. And I love her for it, because it's just, she also has a book called Wolf Pack. You were never a little Red Riding Hood. You were always the wolf.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it too. It's just realizing that I also had the privilege recently, last week, of being with Bozoma St. John. I was in the audience and she was speaking. And, you know, that woman is one of the greatest marketers and business people of our time. I do believe she will go down in the books.
Can you give clarity on who she is? Because
yes. Bozoma St. John, first of all, if you haven't read her book, it's called The Urgent Life. She put it out years ago, but pretty recently, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And Bozoma St. John is a woman who has run some of the largest marketing campaigns. We're talking Nike, we're talking Beats by Dre, we're talking Netflix.
Wow.
So she has been called in as this turn the tide marketer, and her vision is incredible. She is 100 feet tall. She's this stunning Black woman who is unapologetically, her handle is badass boss. So she is the ultimate outlier in any room. First of all, she walks into a room and she changes the whole energy. Just her very presence, it's like the whole room has shifted.
Yep.
You know, there are certain people that just walk in and they
own it.
They own it. They haven't said a word. So she had the best analogy. She said, don't quote me because it's not verbatim. I wrote it down. I should have brought it with me. But she said something along the lines of, we've been told as women, if you're in a room and there's no seat at the table, build your own table.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm going to take it one step further. I'm done building tables.
Building a room.
I'm not even going to build a room. That's not my job. I'm going to go find a room and walk right in.
Yeah.
The whole place went nuts.
Yep.
Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women just went nuts. Like, that's right. We don't have to build a table. I was like, well, I would flip it over like Jesus first.
Yeah.
Then I would leave.
Yeah.
Then I would get my credit card and I would go buy a new room.
Yeah. It's true.
Whether I have the money or not, it
Right.
doesn't matter. You get yourself a new room.
Pay later.
That's right. And I think the reality right now is that the world is so noisy. Today, you and I woke up to headlines that are just
I know.
yet again, like as bad as it gets worse, right? So I was so excited to come sit down with you today because being here in this room with you and knowing the premise of your podcast, it's like how to reignite, what's a splash more,
Yeah.
and being in community with people that can find joy in the middle of crisis and decimation and what's meant to tear us down is an act of defiance.
Yeah, it is. And it shouldn't be. Like, I can't wait till we're on, I can't wait until we're on the side of the universe that exists where we are just doing what we want to do, saying what we want to say thoughtfully, right? And just really stepping into whoever we want to be. I'm sure you could probably have a lot to say about that too. Just, it takes a lot to really have I don't want to say balls, but I can't think of another word.
Gumption. I love
Gumption.
that word.
To have the gumption to be like, you know what? I'm going to start a lip scrub category, not even just a brand. I'm going to start it. It didn't exist before.
Right.
I'm going to start it and I'm just going to start walking around different boutiques, trying to get them to buy it and then turning it into what you turned it into.
Yeah.
And then having the gumption to walk away when it didn't feel right, even though it had your name on it.
Yeah.
That must have been such a wild experience. And just to kind of like bring it back to that.
Yeah.
Where are you at now? Like, what are we doing today? Because I know that there must have been, I don't know, like where in the journey from like a timeline perspective you are.
Yeah.
But there must have been a point in the middle, or maybe you're in it now, where you're just like, like, I know that you're going to do something amazing and I know that you've got things brewing and there's stuff happening and maybe you could talk about it, maybe you can't. But I'm talking about the moment before that, like bubbling of new things started to really feel available to you.
Yeah.
What was that space like, those like quiet moments in between when you were leaving and not quite sure what was next? What did that feel like? Because I think that's what people are mostly scared of, right? It's easy.
Yes.
It's easy when you're on the other side of it and you're like, okay, now I know what I'm doing next.
Yes.
But what was that space like in between?
Well, and as women, we're always planning ahead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like we both have kids. We both know when pickup is. We will both be there. We're packing for camp right now.
Absolutely.
Like there's always a plan.
Always.
Always up here. I'm out of raspberries. I know. I'm going to get them. So we're planners by nature. When your company has your name on it, that is the plan.
Yeah.
I was processing though in real time what my facts were.
Yeah.
Facts. And it's like once you see something, you can't unsee it. Once you know something in writing, you can't unknow it.
No.
So that was really helpful. I'm a big believer in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. No shame.
None.
I really like to tear down all the stigma
Yep.
around like women being called crazy or too emotional or it's business.
Yeah.
It's not personal. All business is personal because business is people if you're doing it right.
Yes. Business is people if you're doing it right. I love that. And people is personal.
People is personal. Also, I'm 46. I know what I'm doing. You know what you're doing.
Yep.
Let's not fuck around here.
No.
Oh my God, we don't say fuck here.
Yes, we do.
We do?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
well.
I'm like, yes, we do.
So I really could see the society really does, I believe, largely overestimate women's commitment to being holden as one thing, right? You had an entire career in music before you ever got married and had children.
Yep.
And now here you are with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like, don't underestimate women's ability to pivot,
Right.
to say, okay, that chapter is clearly closing for a reason.
Yep.
I've tried all I could.
Yep.
I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. And then at a certain point, you're just ridiculous for trying.
Yeah.
Right? Like at a certain point, you're like, this is ridiculous. And again, if I would not choose this for my child, I will not choose this for myself.
No.
Right?
That's a really good tool for people, women especially, to take into any decision. Like if I can't choose this for my kid, and if I don't talk to my kid this way, or if, I've heard someone say, I don't call myself fat because I wouldn't let anyone call my daughter fat, or whatever, analogy you want to use. It's like, would you say that to your young daughter? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't say it to yourself.
Exactly. And our kids are watching.
Yes.
So I was watching my daughter watch me move through this chapter of my life. And I thought, this is not what I want her to see her mom doing. Yeah. This is not it. No. This is not, and this is what she'll remember. She won't remember what my company looked like when she was 2 or 7.
No.
She's going to remember what it looked like at 10 and 12, just developmentally.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, well, then I'm going to give her memories that show a single mom jumping like it's Taylor Swift, jump then fall.
Bye.
Jump then fall. So what it was, and you use this word, Hayley, is quiet. Mm-hmm. I got really quiet with myself. I got really honest with myself. And I was like, I don't know, which is another answer I love to give my child and everyone around me. I love the person in any room that goes, I don't know.
It's the I don't know is really, if you will lean into it, it's a beautiful space, and so many powerful things can come on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I'm going to make money with this yet.
Right.
I'm going to figure it out because I love doing it and it's so aligned with what I want to be doing. I'm going to figure it out. So I don't know yet, but I'm going to figure it out.
And that is the word, alignment.
Alignment
feels in here to me. It feels like right in my chest. It feels right in it's like my chest to my core to my throat.
Yep.
Like this has to be aligned. So I knew whatever I did next, if alignment was there, if my body was open, if my soul felt seen and filled, if I didn't have to get really little and like really quiet and like shrink a lot or like be really pretty. Yeah. I'm 46. Also, Botox doesn't work on me. No. So I'm just going to age.
You look like this without Botox.
I have the strongest forehead muscles. I've actually tried Botox. I metabolize it differently. So it just doesn't work.
I don't use, but I've never done it before. I just am not like there yet. I don't know if I ever will be. I'm a freak about, we were just talking about clean products, about putting things like into my body. It really just gives me anxiety. So I feel like if I did Botox, I would just walk around all day, every day being like, is this killing me? Is this killing me?
There's poison in my face.
There's poison in my face. Yeah.
And there is. I believe that. And also I would shoot my forehead up with it if it worked.
Yeah, exactly. Both things can be true.
I have limits and I also have, yes. But so I knew that your word of alignment, that will carry the day.
Yeah.
When you find people that you're aligned with, that will carry the day. I also believe in the notion that generosity flows.
It does.
People that hold tight to things and people that see only a P&L, people that see only what you're losing or only what you could make or only what your body is good for to make money.
Right.
That's not how money is generated.
No. And I'm learning that. And I'm sure you've learned it the same way, where when I try to like force something that does not feel in alignment, it fails, right? Like almost every single time it fails. And I'm like, the girl in me that just gets frustrated. I'm like, why? I wanted this to happen so bad. And I'm like, well, did you? Like, if you really think about it, did you really want that to work out?
Yeah.
Thinking back to all of the projects or the jobs or the different steps in my career or relationships or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, none of it felt aligned. And I wish, my hardest lesson is I stay in things until it becomes so bad that the other person ends it for me.
Got it.
Whether it's a relationship, a job, a career move, because you were saying earlier, I tried and tried and tried and tried, and it's still the same result was occurring. I'm a non-quitter, but like to a detriment. It is okay to quit sometimes, just so we're clear.
100%.
And it doesn't have to look like quitting in the traditional sense that we have been taught quitting means, right? It can just be a active decision or an active choice to step away from something that is no longer aligned with who you want to be on the planet.
It's actually a power play.
It's a power play.
It is a tremendous power play to go, I'm not quitting. I'm taking my power back.
Yes.
Like you don't get to own me.
No.
You don't own this girl. You don't own my body. You don't own my family name.
No.
Right?
No.
So I think, nobody gets to own, and I think women are loyal to a fault. We wait, we fight, and we wait for someone to fire us or give us an exit slip or break up with us or whatever, because we're going to try so hard. And I think the ultimate power move is just, plot twist.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Watch. And I don't even know what the next chapter is. I don't even know what the next show is, but you're going to want to tune in.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
So I think that's sort of the fun of it. And if you can find joy in that, I look at my daughter. You have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. I have a 12-year-old, and they just live life differently.
They do.
They presume joy.
Mm-hmm.
They presume power.
Yep.
I'm sure your 3-year-old does.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
Like they presume that they deserve choices and power and joy. And like at some point we lose that. And like, I'm committed now to not losing that in the face of being told you don't deserve it. You didn't earn it. You're not good enough for it. Like, absolutely not. So, the stillness of I don't know is also just a release of like the notion that we control things. We don't.
No.
We don't.
I know. We don't.
We largely don't.
It's actually probably my biggest lesson that I have not learned yet. I'm still holding strong. I'm like, I can, I was telling my friend the other day, we both have toddlers or whatever. And it was my son's birthday is on Friday. And so we did like the school, read the book, parents come in, do that. I don't know if you remember. Yeah. So I made the class snack, and my perfectionism is like intense. And I'm starting to learn that that's not possible to hold on to when you have little small children, because it's impossible.
Right.
So I made this like toddler charcuterie board, and I like everything was like lined up perfectly and looked, it's very pretty. Mm-hmm. And I had it in saran wrap, and I put it in the car. Yes. And naturally, as we're driving, what happens? Mm-hmm. Things shift, and the perfection of the charcuterie board is starting to unravel. Yeah. And one rogue raspberry just like flew over to where the veggie straws were. And I'm literally trying to control this raspberry so deeply that I almost got into a car accident. I'm like poking holes, driving, looking, trying to move the raspberry. And in that moment, I'm like, this is really sad. Like your commitment to controlling, it's not even just like the placement of the raspberry. It's like the experience of the charcuterie board. Like, why can't it just let the raspberry live its life?
Let the car get you to school.
Yeah, safely.
Right? Safely. But the charcuterie board's like your child's birthday.
Yeah.
It's your momming.
Exactly.
It's so much more than a raspberry, a rogue raspberry getting into the celery.
Yes.
God forbid they touch. I get it, but that's also how much we care.
I know.
It is. It's really how much
That's
we
actually
care.
a really good distinction, because I think a lot of people, when someone is called controlling or whatever, it's a rough, it's a fine line, because I will identify as someone who likes to control things. Yeah. But what I try to explain as I've gotten older, which I shouldn't have to explain myself, but I do, it's just where I'm at right now, is that controlling for me is like comfort. It is trying to create comfort for everybody. Yeah. So I'm not trying to control because I want it to go my way. Yeah. It's like, I feel like I can see what's going to make everybody comfortable, and I need to make sure that I'm doing my part to have that happen. Yeah. Which is an exhausting existence. It's exhausting. But it doesn't come from a negative control.
It's like the nurture in
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
I can bring some homeostasis, if
Mhm.
I can make people feel at ease and comfortable, if I can give my child this beautiful magical board
Yep.
of charcuterie for their birthday at school,
At 3 years old.
At 3.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't remember.
I know. Oh, I know.
I really, surely in their core they do, but in the moment they don't.
No.
But I think that's also like the nurture in you, and I think that's okay. I also believe that sure, we don't control everything, but the things we can control, our decisions, our choices, the examples we set for our kids,
Absolutely.
what we would want for our children and what we accept for ourselves. Oh, fuck if I don't keep controlling that.
Yes. Absolutely.
I cannot control the world. I cannot control the news cycle.
Nope.
But we can control how we show up in our community, in this little South Bay community. We can control how we show up. We can control the people that we support. We can control the people that we don't support. And we can step the fuck away from people that don't support who we are.
Who we are and what is aligned with our value system.
Aligned.
Right? Yeah. And so what a huge moment, right? To step away from something that was so big that you built that has your name on it. I know I keep saying it, but I got to keep bringing it back to that because there are so many people sitting around in their homes, in their jobs, in their relationships, in their lives, just sitting in something because they feel like they have to, because whatever reason, there's a million reasons why people stay in situations like this.
Yeah.
But like truly you are the epitome of somebody who stepped away from something that has your name on it. And that is a huge move. And I'm so glad that you did it. It sounds like it was the right move.
Mm-hmm.
And in that quiet space, do you feel like you're still there, or do you feel like you've kind of moved past the quiet space and you're in the like wrecking ball stage? Like here I am.
The wrecking ball stage.
You did. Okay. So now we're in the like power move. What's next? What am I building? Watch out world.
Now we're in the joy.
The joy.
The exhale.
The exhale. Love that.
The like gorgeous, gorgeous exhale when you're like, all right, I predicted this.
Yeah.
And I don't mean I predicted it in a way that I like manifested it.
No.
I mean, I saw what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I did not wait for my exit slip.
Nope.
And that felt really good. As someone who does try and try and try. I'm also from the Midwest, so we just are the most triers.
Yeah.
We try the most amount.
I know, my husband's from Ohio, so.
I'm from Illinois. So he and I, we try real hard.
Yeah.
We really want to try.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a moment where you go, all right, I'm ready for joy now. I'm ready for excitement and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at Female Founders Collective last week in New York. And the company that operates without me now, I want to be really clear.
Yep.
I have nothing to do with that company.
Like nothing, and if I can't ask this, don't answer it or we can cut it out after. Like no longer a shareholder, no longer like a seat at the table, no longer board, nothing. Nothing.
I have nothing to do with the company that has my name on it. Zero. There is no money coming to me. There is no, I turned in my board seat. That's a fact. I turned in all my shares. That's a fact. I left any money that I'd ever put on the table in the company. I have nothing to do with it. So I think traditionally there are like royalties paid when someone is using your name.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't. It is an absolute separation. So they operate. I have no idea where the product comes from, where it's made. I have nothing to do with
what's in it, nothing.
You know as much as I do, and maybe you know more. I don't know. I'm also just dissociated from it. So yeah, I'm completely separated. There's no money. I have no board seat. I have no shares. I have nothing to do with the company that has my name on it. They legally own my name as a trademark. These are all facts. I'm speaking in only facts about the company. The company legally owns my name in lips, the category of lips. So if you look up the trademark, I trademarked my name in 2005. I didn't think I was starting a brand. I just knew that it was really easy to get your own name on your driver's license as a trademark.
Yeah.
So I called the USPTO in 2005 and I'm like,
Right.
hi, I'm Sara Happ. It's on my birth certificate and my driver's license. Can I own my name? And they were like, yes. So I did it.
What if someone else has your name?
It's whoever claims it first.
Okay. That's
Awesome.
good to know.
Great.
Anyone out there?
Hey,
Get on it.
If you're the first Sara Happ, then you're the first Sara Happ. So
Yep.
I did that. So they legally use my name in lips. And I wasn't there for a fight. I think this life is so precious. And back to Bozoma St. John's book, The Urgent Life.
Yeah.
That woman has walked away from so many powerful rooms. That woman has walked away from so many shitty rooms. That woman has walked away from rooms that she is so much bigger than, that tell her she is so much smaller than them. And let me tell you, Bozoma St. John is bigger than the whole fucking world. Okay?
And what does it come down to? What
It
word?
comes down to
Worth.
alignment and worth.
And worth. I feel like that is such a huge thing. We talk about it a lot on this podcast, is our worth, and knowing a lot of the decisions that we make, especially as women in careers, is rooted in how we value our worth.
I love the advice of like, what would you tell your child? What worth would you tell your child they have? What worth would you tell your best friend they have?
Such a good baseline. Yeah.
Right? Like if this were your best friend, would you sit there and say, Hayley, bestie, I don't think you're probably not capable. Your career in music, your career, like the choices you've made, and if
your bestie is telling you that, then they are not your bestie.
They're not your bestie.
That's something I've learned, is that if you are in a room of women and there is a woman who is saying that your worth is not the value that it should be, they are not your person. They are not the friend that you need in your life. They are not it. And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means that they are not aligned with your vision for the world and who you want to be in it.
There's another type of woman, and I'm such a girl's girl. I get called that all the time, and I love it.
Yes.
I love it. And it was birthed out of my divorce. I was not a girl's girl. I went to a Catholic all-girls school.
I did too. Notre Dame Academy. What was yours called? Notre Dame? Rosary.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Notre Dame Academy in Hingham, Massachusetts. Although I loved my experience.
I did too.
You did? Okay. And my girlfriends are still like some of my best girlfriends on the planet are from my high school days. So I don't have I really don't have a bad thing to say about it.
Okay. I loved the idea in high school that all the smartest people, the president, everyone that was in charge was a woman.
Yep. I know, that's pretty cool.
So like, I didn't understand a world in which, and we didn't wear makeup. We did, it didn't matter, but we were doing it for us.
Yeah.
And I also though grew up in a very conservative area. So that's why I think I got the hell out.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I don't have connections to that school anymore. But I loved the notion of course, the school student body president's female. What else is she going to be? We're an all-girls school. Of course, the person who wins the state math exam and the state art contest is
only all that goes here. Yes. And I've also noticed, so I was student body president.
Of course you were. Yes, this tracks.
Yeah, I was student body president. And I always say that like when you traditionally think of those roles, you're like, oh, they were probably nerds or they were this. And I probably was a little nerdy, but I was also like it was cool to be a nerd.
Yes.
Like in a school like that, in a group of women like that, it was like cool to be smart. It was cool to be good at sports. It was cool to be a good singer. It was cool to be the student body president. It was cool to volunteer.
Yes.
Like if that doesn't tell us anything, that in a group of women, only women, it's cool to be good at things. It's cool to be excelling. It's only when we're in a group of men where we feel like we're not cool if we are doing leadership roles. We're only cool if we're pretty or we're thin or we have the coolest clothes or whatever. It's
funny.
It's wild. And I'm actually just coming to this right now.
As you say that, Hayley, I'm realizing there were not nerds in my high school. Mm-hmm. Everyone was like an expert.
Yep.
And you admired the girl that got the 4.2, not 4.0.
Yes.
You admired the girl who took home the chess championship. You were like, damn.
Yes.
She's good.
Yep. There was no like, nothing is.
Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing that.
Me too.
Okay, so that there are so many takeaways. I think if my school into this day was like more, I don't know, human rights oriented, had different stances on things I care so much about, that I just see as human rights. It's not politics, it's human rights.
That's the hard part when you go like conservative areas. It's hard to align those two things.
Yes.
Especially if it's like where Boston, it's liberal, but it definitely has some like conservative values, and you never know what you're going to get sometimes. It's not like a clear, it's going to be this or it's going to be that.
Right.
A lot of it's like rooted in money and stuff like that. So I think that also can impact an environment.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying. It's because of where you're from.
Yeah.
It's hard to sort of align those values.
Yeah. I appreciate though. I then went to USC, and I really did love my girlfriends, but we were all very much there for school.
Mm-hmm.
I've never studied harder than I did at USC Annenberg journalism school. We were all friendly and friends, but like I was truly there for school. I was not in the Greek system. I wasn't in a sorority. I was there to like work my ass
down
off and study so hard and train as a journalist and train to do what I loved. But what is so amazing to me is in 2015, I had all these like female founders around me, these women. It was just the beginning of like, female founders, female venture capitalists, women putting their names on brands. In my world, women launching in Sephora and in Ulta with their faces and their names. That was just becoming very sort of a thing. And we are lucky enough to live in Los Angeles, where a lot of those women lived.
Totally.
And when my divorce happened, which I did not see coming, and we did have a child, a very young child, I reached out to those women and I said, I need everyone right here. Hi.
Hello.
It's me.
Yeah.
I need everyone to real quick, just, this is not a lunch invite. This is not let's just all put our heads together and work real hard and come up with collabs. I need you to be moms right now. I might need chicken soup. I might need you to look over my financials. I might need you to be a doctor. I might need you to come sleep in bed with me. And those women rose up around me.
Yes.
It had nothing to do with their titles. It had nothing to do with the charities they'd started or the businesses or all the things that they were. They were women. At the end of the day, they were women who rose up around me. And that is where 2015, it's 2026 now, 11 years of me believing in the power of women coming together. Doesn't matter what your title is. Doesn't matter what you do or you don't do. Doesn't matter if you have kids or don't have kids. Doesn't matter. The power of women, the empathy we have, our ability to activate and show up is astounding.
It really is. And
it's astounding.
And we're coming down to the time where we have to end. So this is actually there's so many more things that we could talk about. I always am like, I don't want this to end. But that's a really good way to sort of wrap up, because I love what you're saying. And I can only imagine the women that are surrounding you right now and the level of support that you're getting and the level of support that you're going to get in whatever it is that you do next. So I'm not even a little bit worried about you. I never was, and just learning more about you and getting to talk to you. Can I tell we're going to be like good friends? I hope so.
Well, now I'm going to see you everywhere.
Yes.
I will see you at Target in 20 minutes.
Everywhere, especially around here, everywhere. But just, I want to say one thing on your point about these women that rose around you.
Yeah.
It's so easy to be a no in a no world.
Yes.
It is so powerful to be a yes in a no world. And that is what I've always prided myself on, is I will say yes when everyone else will say no. And I don't mean that in the weird way or like all of the things that like could be misconstrued around that.
Yeah.
I mean, be the yes when someone's looking for support. Be the yes when somebody is looking for help, answers, guidance. take the time, be the door, open the door for them, be the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think I want to be that for people because I have felt so many times in my life where it wasn't there for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming from a negative space. I've had so many yeses and so many doors open and so much support also. But I also know what it feels like to not have that.
Yeah.
And so I've like really prided myself in just being a yes and making sure that I am supporting people. I am opening doors when I can. And you said something earlier about like holding on to generosity and like keeping generosity, like, you know, tight to the chest. Be generous with your generosity, be open with it. Let it go. Let it be a door for somebody because you never know what they're going to create with it and how that might come back in return for you, right? Like not to look at it selfishly, but it is a win-win opportunity when we're saying yes to people who have great ideas. So
absolutely. And your one yes could be that person's most powerful moment in their day,
in their lives,
career, in their motherhood.
Yep.
It could just be like permission.
Absolutely.
And love.
Yes.
Truly.
Truly.
But I also am very firm now. I'm very clear in full body yeses.
Yeah.
If it's not a full body yes, it's a no.
Got that. If it doesn't feel right, if it's toxic, I'm not saying say yes to these things that don't feel right, that are toxic. It's just, let's not hold on to opportunity for people that really have a good idea and that feels right.
100%. And I presume good intent.
Yes, always.
And that could be the Midwest in me.
Yeah.
But the minute that's tested,
bye.
Yeah.
Bye. And I love that you actually stay true to that. And
have to.
I just can't wait to see what you create next because it's going to be
same
so big. I don't even know.
You know, and like right now, I just get to interact as a Female Founders Collective last week, and I just introduced myself as Sara. And some people are like, "Oh, are you Sara Happ?" And I was like, "Yes." And you know what? There are a ton of Happs all over the world. I am related to all of them. Yep. And also, I'm just Sara.
Yeah.
And mostly, I'm my daughter's mom. You know how at school,
yes,
you don't have a first name. You're not Hayley.
No,
you're your child's mom. I'm like mostly I'm my child's mom.
Yeah.
And also, yes, I'm Sara Happ. And also, I'm not a brand. I'm a mom.
And a human.
And I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I like the word girl. I'm fine with it.
Love it.
I'm a woman. I'm a girl. I'm Sara. And there's a brand operating independently of me. Thank you for loving what I built.
Yeah.
Also, though, you can build a house and move out of it.
And sell it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Buy house.
Buy house. There's probably a new house.
And a bigger one and a better one. And one that feels more aligned and where I feel more at home.
That's right.
I love that. Well, thank you. Okay.
Oh my gosh. So good.
I love it. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to A Splash More.
If you love this week's episode, please drop us a topic in comments, share this episode with a friend, and follow us so you never miss a splash.
And remember, keep owning your voice, take up space, and keep stepping into your most powerful self.
See you next week.
See you next week.